Good afternoon, members of the media, and good afternoon, guests. Today, I'm announcing that the government, in line with our commitment to provide Bermudians the skills to become gainfully employed in the technology jobs of the future, is launching Phase 1 of the Technology Education Program. This program will provide sponsored training and education opportunities for Bermudians in emerging technology fields in and related to Fintech. The growing number of technology-related businesses incorporating and/or planning to domicile in Bermuda will increase demand for skilled labor. In preparation for this, the Fintech Business Unit has laid out an education and training plan that enables interested Bermudians to acquire the knowledge and skills necessary to seek employment with companies that are establishing a presence here on island. The technology education programs have been designed to meet the needs of all sectors of the community, irrespective of an individual's experience level. The objectives of the plans are to, first, enable all sectors of the community from primary school to workforce and beyond to become knowledgeable about the opportunities in the technology industry. Two, to enable all interested persons to acquire training and/or certifications in order to be prepared and ready to assume specialized positions in the local fintech industry or related technology fields. Third, to enable business executives, managers, as well as government employees to learn how emerging technologies can support their businesses' growth and efficiency. To enable local educators to become trainers through our Train the Trainer program. And finally, to support the work of other government entities in affording opportunities for work in traditional positions within that support fintech companies. It is expected that upon completion of the necessary training, individuals will gain knowledge about fintech and will receive specialized certifications. These certifications, which will include cybersecurity, cryptology, smart contracts, and regulatory compliance, will afford participants not only with the skills to seek employment with companies, but also the knowledge to launch their own technology ventures. To date, 25 Bermudians have expressed a desire to work in fintech, and some of them are joining me here today. Thank you for coming. They have shown a genuine interest in the industry and are excited about the opportunity to get training in this first phase of the Fintech Business Unit's training and education program. We look forward to welcoming and helping others to learn, grow, and develop. Next week, Wednesday, February 6th, at 12:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m., Dr. Gina Tucker will be hosting a one-hour briefing session which will be open to all Bermudians, regardless of age, who wish to learn more about the training opportunities that we made available. I encourage all persons who may be interested to log on to bermudajobboard.bm and click on Fintech Education to register and attend these sessions. Thank you, and I'm now prepared to take any of questions that you may have.
Premier, those who are participating in the programs, are they guaranteed at some point in the future to get a full-time job if they complete the training?
I cannot say that there's any guarantees that the government can provide, but what I can say from the experience of which we have, that there are companies that are coming to Bermuda and they always ask us for recommendations on employees that are available to work inside of their industries. We would have seen recent job advertisements that have been in the press and also persons that have already been hired. What we want to do is provide more persons the ability to seek those jobs. And that is why we are making sure that we are putting funding into this training program so we can get Bermudians trained up and available to be able to seek those positions.
Is this an ongoing program or just a one-off?
Thank you for that question. It is certainly going to be an ongoing program. One of the things that the government has always said is that continuing education is important. You would have seen during last year's budget how there was an increase to the money that was given to the Department of Workforce Development for continuing education programs. You will see that there was an increase that was given to the Bermuda College and also additional financial assistance that were given to Bermudians who wanted to attend the Bermuda College to continue to upgrade their skills. This is phase one. We've allocated $100,000 inside of this budget year in order to complete this project, and next year it will be continuing with phase two. It is ongoing. Technology is the future. And for Bermuda to make sure that our people can be ready to have those jobs, we have to continue to invest in Bermudians to make sure that they have the skills for the future. That means retraining in some instances, supporting others. There'll be people who are familiar with technology already, who will have advanced certifications. There'll be people who are not familiar with technology at all, who might be able to get entry-level positions and training with these companies. Either way, the government will be there to support them and their ambitions.
You mentioned specialised certification. Is that going to be accredited internationally? Is it going to go on that kind of level?
Absolutely. We're going to make sure that certifications are given. And so there's a number of certifications which currently exist in these emerging technology fields, which will be made available to Bermudians. There's also going to be group classes, boot camps as well, which will all be available. We have two local Bermuda instructors, Ms. Coral Wells and Ms. Lisa B., who are here as well. And they are the persons who are going to be leading some of the local courses. In addition, there's going to be online certifications, which are going to be sponsored by the government of Bermuda.
And is there a fee for people to take part in this program, or is it funded by government?
We have allocated $100,000 in this current budget year. And it is our view that access to higher education and training should not be impacted by your ability to pay. The government has the resources, and the government will put the resources in place. I specified that when we came into office and before the election, that education and the training of our citizens will be our number one priority, and we're going to put our money where our mouth is.
And is there going to be a specialized training center anywhere? I mean, do you have a building allocated? Kind of work?
There are numerous facilities that already exist. As I said, Coral Wells from Connect Tech is going to be one of our local trainers, and she has a facility as well. In addition, there are facilities both inside of government and inside of our schools. We don't have to create a facility because, remember, this is technology. All you need is a laptop and an internet connection to gain the access to these particular programs, and that's what we're going to be providing. Dr. Tucker is the one who's certainly going to be leading this initiative, and I would sincerely hope that as many Bermudians are able to attend her two briefing sessions, which she will host next Wednesday at 12:30 and at 5:30.
And when do you envision the programs actually starting? Is there a start date?
The programs will be starting shortly after the information session. But as I said, some of these are online programs. The persons that have already signed up prior to this announcement will be the ones that are going to be first in line, and some of them are here today. And as the demand increases, we'll make sure that we slot people in. But when we're talking about the boot camps, we're talking about the group training sessions, or we're talking about the online training sessions, it is our objective that now that we finalize and identify the funding, that it's going to begin immediately.
And when you're in Switzerland, you mentioned something about a fintech-friendly bank.
Why did I guess that you were going to ask that question, Scott?
Is that going to be something you're going to announce this week?
I don't want to say that I made a misstep when I spoke last week. I think what I went to say was next month. However, next month actually happens tomorrow in February. But there'll be an announcement coming soon from the government on that. We have been working very diligently on this process. And the fact is that there are lots of countries that are looking to solve these particular problems. Bermuda is at a disadvantage in the fact that Bermuda was never a banking jurisdiction. We had a limited amount of banks, and we have legislation that basically said that, that there are a limited amount of banks that can enter our jurisdiction, whereas some of our competitors have a number of banks, and they have individual banks that may be more willing to take on a different risk appetite than some of our banks here locally. That much being said, we recognize that this is one of the final pieces of the puzzle, and we know that we are almost there, and I look forward to be making an announcement in February on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Any further questions? Tarai, nothing? That's you.
Thank you.
Any questions or anything? All right. Thank you all very much.